Hey everyone, Bingo Matt here. This time I'm doing something a little bit different. I've recorded this episode in replay mod, so I've decided to change up how you view the whole thing. Basically what's going to happen is you're going to see me set up to do a 1 hour test to see how much iron I can gather in 1 hour from the iron farm now that it's up and running. Yes, feel so good that it's up and running. So initially, I'm just getting materials ready, building chests so that I can set up a few more chests for the iron to fill up, because I'm not sure how much this will actually make. Plus, in the future, I want to gather heaps of iron so that I can fill up all my I'll continue on all my major projects. I'm going to need a lot of iron for some of the up and coming farms that I'm going to build. So yeah, that's what the plan is. While the iron farm will be running in the background for the hour, I'm going to fast forward the footage and do a few projects around the place just to make everything look nicer. So I'm going to clean up the zombie trap thing that I made and the rails that run from there up to the top. I'm also going to fill in all those creeper holes and just do a little bit of terraforming around. I also end up having a look at the cocoa beans and the bamboo farm that you can just see in the bottom right hand corner. At the moment I'm just finishing off the chests, placing the chests, and then once I've done that I'll get the hoppers down, which is what I'm heading over to do now. The hoppers lay down, once hoppers are down, the iron will travel through all the hoppers to the bottom one, and we collect iron from the bottom up. Yeah, so I'm just setting that up. This is important because I'll empty all of the chests, and because I've put them in place and iron golems are dying while I'm still setting up the for the test, a lot of the iron is in the top, but some of the iron ends up down in the bottom, so I've just got to make sure that I clean all that out as well. So I think I've just finished off the hoppers now, which means I'll go and make another chest, because I placed all of the chests that I had in my inventory except for one, and then realised that because I've got so much iron at the moment, I need a double chest to put all the iron in. So I go and make one more chest really quickly. I think that's, yeah, you can see I'm holding the chest in my hand. And then because of the creeper holes, I've got to run around all over the place to get to my shulker boxes. Alright, there's the timber, and I quickly make the other one. Sort of amazing how far you can reach with the looking at it from this view, how far you are away from stuff when you're placing it. It's pretty cool. So now you can see me open the chest, so I'm starting to move a lot of the iron out. I take a couple of goes to do that, and then the actual time lapse will start once I take the iron out of the bottom chest. I stop on the way back to the chest to start my timer so that I can start getting the iron from when they start burning. So straight away. And so you can see there's an iron golem burning in the background, so I make sure I gather that iron when I go down to the bottom one and collect all the iron from there. I think at this point I'm grabbing all the poppy plants out of the flowers, all the poppy flowers out of the chest. That's my last run. I dump all that into the chest. There goes the iron that was in my hand. And now I go down to the bottom. Yep, just double check that I've got everything from there, and then go down to the bottom. And the recording starts now, so it should start speeding up. There you go. And first thing I do is grab all the dirt and start filling in the creeper holes. I fill in the area just around where I built the chest as well, and go down, and I grab some ladders out of my one of my shulker boxes and head down to give it a ladder, so it makes it easier to get in and out. I then removed the zombie catcher, and I forget that I'd put water in there, and now I'm just getting rid of the rail. I stopped the rail about halfway because I realised I can use that downhill to get back up the top and don't have to use the dirt stairs to get all the way back up. As it gets night, you can see that I have a sleep each time. Don't need to work through the night anymore. That would just be a pain. I do a bit of this off camera just because of the angle of the camera when when I was working with the replay mod. So you can pick the camera angles you want, but I was sort of happy with where I was. And now you sort of see the camera starting to track back around. You can see the dirt block just floating in the air. I believe I grabbed it, and I think it might be a glitch with the recording footage that it's put it back in there. Though I may have forgotten it, so next time I jump in, I'll have a check and see if I've like next episode I'll double check that I did actually get rid of that dirt, and I'll go and get rid of it if I have to. And now you can see me. I set up a door to the underground section of where the villagers gather once they've been bred up. This is because I want to keep using that villager breeder to design a villager trading hall in the future. So I just close it off there, and I go and dump all the railings in the in a barrel inside of the breeder there. Now I'm just organising all of my materials, so everything that I've collected on this job, I don't need any of it anymore, so I'm getting rid of it all. And then I grab some other gear so that I can fix up the bamboo farm. But before I do the bamboo farm, I remember that first thing I do is get rid of the cocoa beans. And as I'm doing the cocoa beans, I had a look at my cocoa beans, and I think it was like 8.5 stacks or something like that. So I decided that I don't need any more cocoa beans for a long time. So I just ripped down all the timber as well. And then once I've done that, I jump up and grab the glass box for the AFK section that I had. I don't need it anymore, so I just duck up and grab it after a quick sleep. And then once I've done that, I start working on the bamboo farm. So you can see, there you go, I jump up there and just dig it all out. Looks pretty cool in time lapse. Now, the reason why I'm fixing up the bamboo farm is because the redstone only travels, like a redstone signal is only strong enough to travel, I think it's 15 blocks. So I want this one to be 14 blocks wide so that I don't have to use a repeater. This initial one that I built is actually 18 blocks wide, so I needed to use a repeater to extend the signal. And using the repeater, I had to widen the module wider than I wanted. So it's 5 wide instead of 4. And then my plan, probably in the next episode or maybe the one after, is to gather the materials and build another 2 or 3 of those modules of bamboo farm so that I can produce heaps of bamboo, because I want to get that bamboo farm going really well. Plus I want to use the bamboo to make more scaffolding for the larger projects where I'm going to need lots of scaffolding to get to places. And I can also steal the bamboo to make more as more fuel for other furnaces and stuff that I have around, so I don't have to rely purely on coal at the moment like I am. I really like this shot because you can see the iron golems dropping down while you're watching the me working away. So at the moment I'm just fixing up the actual minecart to get it to move back and forth. So I had to extend the rail a bit to a point where I could stand next to the minecart and push it in. The first time I try to do that, you see it doesn't work, and then I have to build another block in. And now I'm just cleaning up the mess. So there's plenty of mess there. I'm just getting rid of all of the green glass and everything from shortening it. I'm just trying to make the whole thing look as efficient and clean as possible. Um, yep, so you can see me slowly getting rid of the glass there. And then I realised once I get rid of all that there's a Enderman just floating around, so I take care of him. And then I move over, and this is the last job that I do, sort of thing, is just to terraform all this area where the creepers have blown up in the past. So I'm just trying to make it look as nice as possible, while making it look natural, but also trying to save on dirt. So I decide to fill in some of the holes only partially, and then fill them up with water. So I duck down to the river and grab some more water to fill in the couple of holes. And now this is where I duck down to have a look at how much iron I'd actually made in the hour that I'd waited. And I made 6.5 stacks, which works out to be a bit over 400 iron in an hour. I thought that I was going to make a lot more iron. I was under the impression that one pod of the iron farm makes 300 iron an hour. So I've got 5 of them going, I'd be getting 1,500 iron an hour, which is a ridiculous amount of iron. But turns out it only makes 5 of them only make about 400 iron an hour, which for a single player world is way more than I actually need. So I'm still pretty happy with how it's turned out. It's looking absolutely brilliant, and everything about it is awesome. I am so happy that the iron farm is now up and running. This will be the last episode that I have on building or anything to do with the iron farm, except for to gather the actual iron to make iron blocks. So yeah, or grabbing the poppies to make red dye. Yeah, other than that, it'll be on to the next project, which, yeah, I still haven't decided. It might be a Enderman farm, or it might be the gold farm that I need to get building so that I can get enough gold to finish off the slime farm that I started first. Because the whole reason why I started the iron farm was to get enough iron to build a gold farm to get enough gold to build a slime farm. Alright, and you can see me sleep punching the air for some reason. Don't ask me why. And now I'm pretty much done. Or just after waking up I notice a skeleton turns up, so I deal with it and then go and grab the XP for it. Alright, thank you for watching. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments down below. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. If you want to see more of the time-lapse videos, just let me know. I'm happy to keep doing them. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Thanks, bye.